Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a two-part teak treatment by the snappy teak. It's pretty popular in the yachting industry, but it's a two-part acid. Practically, step one is acid, step two is just like a neutralizer. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out the teak today. It's not too bad, but they say it's worse, but I don't think it's really too bad. I've seen worse. So yeah, I'm going to walk through the process and how I'm getting this done, and hopefully I don't burn up on this hot day. So I went ahead and taped off all of the painted surfaces except the perimeters. Also like stainless stanchions, bases of stools and whatnot, just because once the acid gets on it, sometimes it can leave an etch, like those stanchions over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix the solution, and we will be underway with doing this teak. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do a 3/4 to quarter ratio of 3/4 this, 1/4 water, just because the teak is a little rough. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour this in. I'll go right there. I'm just going to do this top fly bridge portion. So I'm going to section off this top deck. So I'm going to go ahead and add my water now. Okay, so that's our solution. That should be able to knock out this top area, I hope. So yeah, let's get to it. Big step is to keep the deck wet, because once this stuff dries, it's gonna be a doozy to get out again. So if you keep the teak wet, it's always the better solution. Okay, so now just spread it around. Okay, so as you can tell, the teak is obviously a lot darker already. That's just the acid etching the teak. So now once I get all of the teak covered in acid, I'm going to take a doodle bug right there and agitate the teak. Okay, now scrub. Always scrub against the grain, never with the grain. That'll just tear up the fibers of the wood and eventually just destroy your teak over time. So always work against the grain. Okay, so I think I got all of the majority of the teak done. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a small bristle, just like one of these, and go in by hand and get all of the edges, because you want it to be a nice even scrub area. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a glove, put it on, and get the edges, all the edges. Okay, so just like so, going against the grain, just get all of these like the stanchion bases, edges like this that I couldn't get with the big brush like that. And make sure you get all of the perimeter, because once we neutralize it, it'll show exactly where you did not scrub. So yeah, it's tedious, but in the end it will be way worth it, because the teak is gonna look A1. So yeah, let's get to that. Okay, so I've officially finished up top, hand scrubbed all the edges. Now I'm going to go ahead and rinse all this acid down the drain and apply step 2, which is just a neutralizer. This is what the deck looks like with the acid. It'll be nice and bright after we are all finished. Okay, step 2, here we go. I think you can dilute it, but it says to actually just use this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and go ahead and just smear it all over and push it all into the drains. Okay everybody, I have just neutralized the whole deck. This is what it looks like now. Looks really good. And then once it dries, it'll be a nice bright golden finish. At least I hope. So yeah, still a lot to do. Majority, that's how you do it. And I'm already really tired and it's almost lunchtime, so this is probably gonna be like a 2 to 3 day thing. So, alrighty. Okay, so this is the finished product. I'm actually going to put a sealant on top of that. It's called Trident TEAK. It's actually, there's some right in here. And it's a sealant for the teak. It practically keeps the color, but it adds a water resistant, stain resistant, and it protects from UV rays and whatnot. So I'm going to be applying this to this as well. And I'll show you how to apply this TEAK. Okay, so now it is Thursday. I just finished all this teak yesterday. It was a 3-day process finishing all this teak by myself. But now I'm going to be applying the Trident TEAK sealant. I'm going to be doing that 2 coats for the whole deck. I'm going to try to section off the deck so I don't lose my mind. But it's just as simple as painting it on, letting it dry, then applying another coat. So let's get to that. Okay, so this is what 2 coats look like. I did one right before I went to an appointment on Tuesday. This is 2 coats. This is roughly after it kind of dries. It looks exactly like normal teak, but it just has that waterproofing layer to it. So now I'm going to go ahead and knock out this deck, and move back there, then come back, do another coat. So yeah, stay tuned.